Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch the Mandalorian season 3, episode 5. How many episodes we're gonna have this season? 8 or 10? I can't remember for now. But you know, episode 5, okay, we're progressing a lot into this season, so normally big stuff should begin to happen. I'm not saying that we didn't have big stuff during the first half of this season, but I'm saying that so far it was mostly about the characters, in fact, this season. And clearly the last episode was only made for the characters. It was made for Grogu a lot, to have that flashback about Grogu, to see what happened, you know, when he escaped, all of that. It was rough to see that, but at the same time, it's great to see it. It's great to see that it happened. It's great to see also that he remembers it. Does he remember it only now because he's old enough, you know, and he had these memories without having them? You know, when you're an adult, sometimes you have flashbacks like that coming from your past and you didn't remember that you had that flashback. Do you understand what I mean? So can it be that also for Grogu? Or maybe it's something that he remembers, you know, like at some occasions, like a PTSD thing, and we didn't see it before. I don't know, but that was interesting to see that he remembers that. And the fact is, I'm saying it since the beginning of this season, that during this season, for Grogu, we can see that he's evolving, you know, that he's not a little kid going on his own, taking risk, not listening to Mando, like he's obeying to the orders that Mando is giving him. He's really like being careful with threats and stuff like that. We saw that when he went to take Bo Katan, you know, to save Mando and all, that he was afraid, that he was being careful, that he obeyed to the orders and all of that. So Grogu is growing up, and that's cool. Grogu remembers what happened to him. Grogu is beginning his training as a Mandalorian. Grogu, you know, that flashback, I'm wondering about it. Was it just a flashback, like to see what happened to him? I mean, you know, for the writers, to put that flashback right now for the writers, was it just to show us what happened to Grogu into the past? Was it just for making something for the character, to make him a little deeper, to begin also to show his emotions, his feelings, stuff that we didn't see before with Grogu? Or was it something on purpose, you know? Because just before that, the scene with Grogu, it was that first training, that first combat, you know, against another foundling. So the fact that he had that flashback just after this moment of training, I'm also wondering, is it the writers, you know, telling us that Grogu, you know, he has a responsibility for the Jedis and all, to remember that, to remind to everyone that a lot of people died, a lot of Jedis died for Grogu, to protect him and all. You know, it's a responsibility that Grogu he had, because he chose to go with Mando. But see the fact that we had that flashback just after the beginning of his training, I'm wondering if it makes sense only for the story, for us the viewers to know it. Does it make sense? Is it gonna be important for the character to put more emotions and all, more feelings, to go deeper with him? Or is it gonna be important for Grogu evolution, you know, for the choice that he made and that maybe he's gonna come back to? Do you understand what I mean? I'm wondering about that. The rest of this episode, of the last episode, was about Bo Katan. Bo Katan, who joined the Creed because she saw that creature, because she saw also what Mando did to have that redemption, she admired that, and now she has that opportunity to be a part of the Creed, to be a part of a community, to be back with her people. It means a lot for her. And we saw that she's respecting the rules and she enjoys that, you know, and she was recognized for that mission that she did during the last episode to save that kid, and now also she changed the stuff on her armor, so we can see that Bo Katan is more and more, you know, accepted, and she's involving herself also more and more into the creed, so that's what's cool to discover that, you know, during the last episode. But like I said during the review, it has been 2 episodes now that these episodes are not really about Mando. I'm not against it because it's well written, it's well done, and he's still present right there to help, to motivate the other characters, to inspire them and all each time, so it's cool. We are really far from the Book of Boba Fett and the lack of Boba Fett into the Book of Boba Fett. Clearly, we are far from that. But at some point, I want more. I want more of Mando. I want more of Mando, him, his emotions, his feeling, what his evolution is gonna be. Okay, right now, you had your redemption, you came with Grogu, with your son, into the creed, and now what? You're gonna go on adventures, you're gonna stay there, your people, Mandalore, you just discovered that you can breathe on Mandalore. The story around the Mandalorians, like, this show is named The Mandalorian. And I know that we have a rumor about the fact that The Mandalorian, that the show is named after, maybe it's not Mando, maybe it's Grogu. I don't think so. I really think that it's Mando, and I really think that this season is about Mando accepting his fate, choosing a path, choosing a direction, accepting responsibilities and all. So far, he always went away, you know, he always escaped when they talked about responsibilities and all. At some point, he has to accept his fate. At some point, he has to choose a path, to go on a direction, to take the lead also. So for me, this season is about that. I would be surprised if it's not the case. I wouldn't be disappointed or anything like that, but I would be really surprised. So now that we spent 2 episodes which were not about him, now that we, you know, we are at the second half of the season, I want stuff about Mando. I hope that it's gonna be the case during this episode that I'm gonna watch right now. Again, remember that if you want to have my Patreon, on which you can have this episode earlier, 1 day earlier on my Patreon, and with an extended reaction part. I didn't put 4 reaction parts so far, so you just have to subscribe to the level 2 if you're only interested by my reaction videos about the Mandalorian. And it's the best way to support me. My Patreon, you can see that I'm a little reactor, you know, with the numbers of views and all, and I have issues during these last weeks with YouTube. I don't want to fight anymore, I don't want to... It's exhausting, you know, to fight with YouTube, so I'm fighting just for me, videos to be available for you, to be watched, you know, to be published, and for the rest, I'm not fighting anymore, like... Maybe I'm gonna fight again in some months, but for now, like, it's exhausting. So if you want to support me, it's clearly, truly on my Patreon. If you can't, I totally understand that. Don't put yourself, you know, into difficulties and all. For the level 2, you know, if you're only interested by my videos for the Mandalorian, it's €5. I don't know how it is, you know, for your money, but it's €5. Okay, let's go for this episode.
Where's the real star? We're going to be moving a lot of cargo in and out. Hold on.
The pirates, they are back maybe.
Mandalorian shard. I knew that Corsair looked familiar.
The voice sounds like Grief Karga, guildmaster of the Nevarro hunters. But
All I see before me is a pampered nobleman. Leave your ears.
Clearly.
And don't mistake my hospitality for weakness.
Yep.
Is that what you call gunning down my helmsman?
He shot first.
Well, now I will shoot first.
You are no longer under the protection of Moff Gideon. The Spinward Patrol passes through here regularly.
We keep saying his name into each episode
Free from the pirate nation.
is Voldemort, you know.
This isn't Sabak. I thought, hail me again, unless it's to surrender.
You called him! Ooh! Ready? Civilians? I'm a little surprised, you know, in the sense that right there it's declaration of war. Pirates are declaring a war. It's not like that, you know, that pirates are acting usually. The anti-T pirates, you know, they want resources, they want money, they want stuff. Right there, you want to destroy and to kill. You want revenge. That's a mood.
Captain Taylor, we've been attacked by Pirate King Gorian Shard. Humans offered that it might reach out. I'm afraid that our planet will fall, and Shard will turn this into a pirate base.
They want to have a pirate base? That's all?
I really thought Nevarro was going to make it.
And forward this to Coruscant. Request permission to intercede.
They haven't returned in dispatching weeks.
You look great, you!
Then I'm just gonna have to go there and talk to them myself. They can't ignore me face to face.
I like your attitude. Good luck.
Me too.
Captain Taylor here, Seacon on top.
Yes, it's you! Okay, she's trapped, the Dr. Pershing and all. For me, maybe she's working for someone else, she's a spy.
I'm requesting authorization and backup for a Delphi squadron in dealing with the pirate siege on Nevarro.
Nevarro? I haven't heard of it.
The High Magistrate of the capital city sent me this message.
It's not beginning well.
I'm humbly requesting the New Republic to set up a...
I get the gist. It does sound concerning.
I'm going down to the commissary. Can I get you anything?
Thank you, I'm fine for now. I'm sorry, officer, you spent some time in the Outer Rim, right? Have you ever heard of Nevarro?
Some time there, in fact. They have yet to
You
send
know that she's a second chance
Uh-oh.
project.
What does that matter? We can't leave them defenseless.
Of course not. But we have a backlog of requests from member worlds that have priority.
She's pushing
Since
him
you speak of Moff Gideon
to
out
not
there,
send
and now
people.
Pirate King is attempting the same thing. These events can all be connected. Really. Because I'm hearing Moff Gideon never made it to trial.
The captain.
I think the same.
Anymore.
She's working for him, the pirates are working for him.
I'm requesting authorization and backup for dealing with pirates on Nevarro. Sir.
Perhaps the leaders of Nevarro need to understand why becoming a Republic signatory is valuable.
By letting them suffer. Sounds like a rather imperial way of thinking.
Die.
Captain, you're
It's
on
not
fire.
just suffer, it's die.
I'm used to that kind of talk. It often takes a new perspective before one is able to see the light.
You and your sword didn't see the light. You were captured.
No, I was liberated.
In any event, thank you, Captain, for bringing this to our attention. We'll see if we can allocate some additional assets.
I said it, I'm suspecting her to be a spy. For who? I don't know.
There's something dangerous happening out
They are talking too much about Moff Gideon and the fact that we don't know what happened to him. These pirates attacking that planet, like that, it felt off. Moff Gideon is coming back to take Nevarro. Really, I began to connect the dots at the same time, you know, than him. How many died? Like if it's only you who survived at the
Citizens of
end?
Nevarro, we'll make camp here for a short while. Help will arrive soon. Very soon.
Call the Mandalorians! You're gonna ask for their help.
I have a time-pressing matter to attend to.
Clear out, Blue Ward.
Sorry for dropping in unannounced, but if I give
How did you manage to find us?
Fortunately, someone I served with in the rebellion is amongst your ranks.
Ah!
You?
You?
The entire covert will now have to relocate. Clear out, Blue.
Grief Karga sent this hollow message.
Calm down, everyone.
Nevarro is under siege by pirates. He's asking for help.
Then call in a strike. We don't even have ships.
Coruscant doesn't care. Karga's your friend. You won't let him die.
What's in it for you?
The New Republic has to know that the Empire's growing again.
Mm-hmm.
And you think the Pirate King has something to do with it?
I can't say for sure. But something doesn't smell right.
I like your gut because I have the same
I
instinct.
just keep telling you your friend is in danger.
You did your job.
I know you relocate anyway, but you have my word. I will not reveal your location. Sorry to intrude.
Now, many of you don't know Grief Karga. And those that do fought against him when you rescued me from his ambush many cycles ago on the streets of Nevarro. Since then, he's had a change of heart and has risked his life to save mine, as well as the foundling in my charge. I stand before you to petition an intervention, to help rescue Nevarro before it's too late.
I want that. You're not all gonna follow, but for some of you to follow him, it would be so great. For the Mandalorians, you know?
However, Grief Karga is now a high magistrate and has offered me a tract of land on his independent world. Perhaps it is time for us to live in the light once again, on a planet where we are welcome, so our culture may flourish and our children can feel what it is to play in the sunlight.
Does anyone else wish to speak?
I do.
What a surprise! He saved your son.
I was there on Nevarro that night. I fought against Grief Karga and his hunters. I saw many die to save the life of this one tiny foundling. And now we are asked to sacrifice yet again. The question we should be asking ourselves is why? Why should we lay our lives down yet again?
Are you going somewhere with that, like...
Because we are Mandalorians.
I knew it! I suspected that maybe he would switch. We saved.
But he risked his life to save mine. And Bo Katan Kryze did not give up on my child's life.
Yes!
These two are asking us to take up arms in the name of a brighter future. And I, for one, will take up arms to fight by their side.
If we have you, we have all of you.
This is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way.
If she says yes, it's yes.
I'll use this to drop you in and you will operate as a tight military unit.
Oh, it's gonna be so cool. I'm not just thinking about the land and all of that. I'm thinking about them acting together to save the population, for their image, for the credit that it's gonna give them, for so many things. It's gonna be so great.
You lived there once, hiding in the sewers. But now, you can be heroes.
We can be heroes. You're part of this group now, Bo Katan. We can be heroes.